Jasper residents will soon see an increase in their stormwater rates. Kerry Schneider delivers his weekly report from the DuBois County Humane Society, and Inform featuring St. Anthony Fire Chief Scott Ebelair. All of that and much more is up next here on 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. In your news, stormwater rates in the city of Jasper will soon be on the rise. Yesterday morning, the Jasper Stormwater Management Board held a public hearing for and ultimately approved an increase in stormwater rates for the city. The rates will go from $2 per equivalent residential unit, better known as an ERU, to $3.96 per ERU, pending City Council approval. The change is being brought about due to the need for $2.5 million in repairs for the stormwater system. Jasper Mayor Terry Seitz says the increase should help the city be able to make improvements to the stormwater systems.
We think, again, this is a great way to attack a roughly $2.5 million of stormwater improvements that we can do at many locations throughout Jasper over the course of the next 7 years. And we're proposing an increase of funding from $2 a month to $3.96 a month. Ideally, though, that is self-funding all this work.
Seitz says the change still keeps Jasper's stormwater rates below the average cost per ERU across the state.
I just wanted to alert people that this is really not a bad thing. Jasper, by the way, has the lowest stormwater rate charge, that $2 one, in our entire part of the state, even around the state. The average is $5. Even the $3.96 rate is far under the $5 average. And we do have charts of that. We have done a rate study. We can back that up and prove that. We're not just saying it. So it's going to allow us to do some work over a period of 7 years that will get us to a better level that, again, like it or not, there's no funding for it except what you create.
Seitz says there are about a dozen stormwater projects that need to be completed around the city over the proposed 7-year time period. As mentioned a moment ago, the issue will now be brought before the Jasper City Council at its meeting, which is set for next Wednesday, September 18th at 7 p.m. in Jasper City Hall. If approved, the new rates would likely take effect in January of 2014. A change is on the way for customers of the Huntingburg Airport that buy more fuel. Last night, the DuBois County Airport Authority approved the addition of another tier to its tiered discount system for fuel prices at the Huntingburg Airport. Prior to last night, 20,000 gallons was the highest tier and was where a tenant got the most discount on their fuel purchases. Last night, an additional tier was added after hearing feedback from some tenants that would be purchasing more than 20,000 gallons of fuel this year. There is now a tier for those who reach the 30,000 gallon mark with an additional nickel in savings per gallon from the previous system. DCAA President Michael Cummings says fuel prices aren't based on what the airport thinks it can charge per gallon and says the new tier will change the airport's margin.
Our margin is fixed on our fuel sales, so we don't fluctuate the price based on what we think we can get. Our price is set when we buy it by a formula, and so 20,000 gallons, basically we would have a 50-cent margin above our cost and then the taxes that are involved, and so basically we get 50 cents on the gallon, so in the $20,000 tier, and then in the $30,000 tier it would be 45 cents a gallon would be our margin.
Cummings says the new change should help the airport continue to be a good place to do business.
Well, we just want to be a business-friendly airport. You know, we recognize that we have a unique opportunity here serving tenants that fly jets for corporate purposes, and we want to keep that at the airport, and we recognize that that's really the identity of our airport, so to speak. We don't want those companies to go to other airports. Basically, we want to make sure that doing business is affordable at our airport. So.
In other business last night, the board heard a presentation from Rusty Robinson of Sovereign Natural Resources concerning oil drilling around the airport. Robinson told the board that his company, which serves as an agent between landowners and oil drillers, has now got nearly 50,000 acres of property for drilling with landowners in Spencer and Perry counties. He says the area in DuBois and surrounding counties has a decent amount of oil to be drilled for, and says he and his company want to see more oil production out of the entire area.
Well, I've worked here for the last 15 years, and every 5 years these leases are expired and they're open to lease again. So we come back in through here, and I've represented several companies over the years. And the common thing I've seen is that they only paid about $10 an acre, and they drilled very few wells. And so we want to change that. We want to get the price and the terms and conditions more in the landowner's favor, and we would like to see production done in this area.
Robinson says that more people that get involved, the bigger benefit that it can be to the area around the airport and beyond. He also says the numbers would be more in favor of landowners should more of them get involved.
Number one is there's strength in numbers. If we wait around for someone to contact us, it's going to be on the drilling company's terms. If we join forces and group up as a team, we can get better terms and conditions for us and better chance of us being drilled.
Under Robinson's proposal, about 10,000 acres of land near the airport would be leased out for oil drilling. Robinson told the board the reason that not much oil has come out of this area is because the oil that is coming out of the area is being drilled for at less than 4,100 feet below the ground. He says more oil is available in the area if drilling companies are allowed into the area, and those companies would be able to drill deeper and find more oil. No action was taken on the proposal by the board, but several board members showed interest in continuing the discussion in the future. In other notes from last night's meeting, the board heard from Airport Manager Travis McQueen that the airport's 2014 budget was formally approved by the Huntingburg City Council during its August 22nd meeting, and the reception of the council to the budget was very positive. Finally, the board approved the hiring of Hydrotech for work on Phase 1 of the tree trimming project for Runway 9 at a cost of $1,100. Finally this evening, yet another scam is hitting parts of southern Indiana, and it is beginning to spread across the state. The Indiana State Police are warning Hoosiers of a telephone scam involving Publishers Clearinghouse. Though the scam is not all that new, police say it has been a successful one for scammers in other parts of the country. Police say the process is set in motion when someone receives a telephone call saying that they have come in second or third in the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes and have won hundreds of thousands of dollars. The person is then asked to wire money through Western Union in order to claim their prize in order to cover taxes and processing fees. Police advise that you should think back to see if you even entered the contest in the first place. If you didn't enter or send in anything, police say that should be your first clue as to what is going on. If you did enter the contest, police advise that you check the phone number where the call came from, specifically the area code. The most recent round of calls, according to police, have originated from the area code 876, which is based out of Jamaica. Folks should be aware of any area codes from outside of the United States. Police say regular Publishers Clearinghouse winners are never contacted by phone, and no money is required to be paid up front in order to receive their prize. Police also want to remind you that if you do fall for the scam and to send money to some location within the U.S., it's nearly impossible for U.S. law enforcement officers to locate the scammers and get your money back. If the money goes outside of the U.S., there is absolutely nothing that can be done. Police say if it's too good to be true, it probably is. For a complete listing of area codes, you can visit bennettyee.org/UCSD-pages/area.html. Coming up after the break, Kerry Schneider delivers his report from the DuBois County Humane Society, plus your local forecast, sports with Kurt Gooksell, and Inform featuring St. Anthony Fire Chief Scott Ebelair. That's all up next here on 18 WJTS News. Local people watching local people.